Hello to all my artsy friends. I have 3 spring signs made with Dollar Tree finds. Hey, that rhymes. So let's get started on the first one. For this first spring sign, we'll be using this satin gray spray paint on a Dollar Tree cutting board. Now, I don't have a Cricut, so I have to find different ways to work typography into my crafts. So I designed this little sign, but I wasn't happy with the colors at first. They looked too muted next to the greenery that I was planning on using. So I did a few variations until I was happy with the way it looked. I trimmed the sign out so it would fit on the center of the cutting board. Today I'm collabing with my friend Amber over at DIY with Amber. She does budget-friendly farmhouse DIYs. Amber is so sweet, super creative, and she has the cutest kids who pop up in her videos sometimes. Make sure to check out Amber's spring crafts. I will link her video in the description box below. I've been loving the Dollar Tree mop heads as trim for some of my projects. I pulled out a few pieces and then I hot glued these to add some decoration, but they also doubled as a way to hide the edge of the paper. I wrapped the rope around the edge so it wouldn't have a harsh stop on the edge of the cutting board. Welcome! I'm so happy that you're here. My name is Maria, and every Friday I share budget-friendly home decor videos with DIYs and inspiration that changes with the season. That way you can always keep your home decor fresh and on trend. If you're looking for a little bit of creativity in your life, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell so you'll know when my next DIYs get posted. I think I got this greenery on Amazon, but you can find very similar greenery at Dollar Tree. I used some Dollar Tree floral wire to wrap a few pieces of that together. Now, I'm usually really decisive, about everything, but for whatever reason, this bow had me stumped. I could not decide if I wanted a little satin bow or a bow that matched the white rope or some kind of flower. Let me know in the comments below which of these you like the best. I ended up going with a trio of rosebuds, and I think it looks pretty nice, but I am curious what your favorite option that I showed here was. Here are the items I picked up for this project. I'm not including things like paint or paint brushes or glue because if you are a crafter watching this video, you probably already have those things in your craft stash. I found this pretty silver tray at Dollar Tree in the party section. I was so impressed with the quality. I came home and I showed it off to my husband. I was like, look, it's metal, a nice metal tray for only $1. But as nice as this is already, we're going to give it a fresh look with some Dollar Tree contact paper and a coat of matte spray paint. I didn't worry about getting the center perfectly painted because I knew I'd be covering that up with some contact paper. I love how contact paper has the lines on the back. It makes it so much easier to measure and cut. See the ridges on the center of the tray? I used my nails to mark where the edge was, and that's how I trimmed it up and knew I was getting the right size. I rounded the edges at the end, and it was a perfect fit. I wasn't sure how well the contact paper would stick to the surface, and I had my Super 77 handy if needed, but it ended up being really sticky, but not so sticky that you couldn't peel it up and adjust if you needed to. So there were a few little air bubbles in there that I had to get out. I added some greenery and a large flower in the center. Then I pulled out my drawer of letter stickers. These are another great way to add some words to your signs if you don't have a Cricut. I decided to go with this silver letter sticker sheet and I wrote out the word spring. Then I secured down those florals. This one was so cheap to make and it looks really elegant and cheerful. For the next sign, we are using a Dollar Tree pan. I measured the base of the pan because I'm going to make a sign that will be gluing down in the middle. This pan will need a round 7 1/4 diameter sign. I had already painted this white, but there were a couple little smudges on there, but I'm not going to worry about those because we'll be doing something around the border to hide the edges and make it not look so pan-like. I did do a little sanding along the edges just to give it a tiny bit of texture. I usually go really light on the distressing. So here's the sign I made. Oh, and I'll be putting these printables on my blog, artsycupcake.com, in case you want to download them for free. I want to create a little sign above the word spring, so I measured how big that would be, and then I printed out the rectangle at the correct size. I placed that template over some Dollar Tree foam core and trimmed it out. When you're trimming foam core, make sure to put the blade a little further out before you start slicing. It kind of gives you like a running start, and that prevents the corners from getting bent. Another tip is to make sure you have a fresh blade. This is especially important when you're working with foam core, and it will help prevent those ragged edges. Next, I stuck some contact paper onto the piece of foam core. I wrapped it around the edges like a little present so it would look nice and finished on all sides. Then I added some of those silver letter stickers. I cut out the printable I had made. If you're going for a smooth cut around something, like a big circle, then you want to take as long of cuts as possible with the scissors. I try to keep my scissors in the same position, and I take really long, smooth cuts. That will help the circle not come out all jaggedy. I took these to the garage and used my Super 77 to stick down the paper sign and the foam core sign. I used some of that mop head to finish off the edges of the pan. And then I added a few florals. I hope you were inspired to make one or more of these spring signs. If you enjoyed these DIYs, please consider subscribing so you can be part of this positive and creative community. Don't forget to check out Amber's video for some more spring craft ideas. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a very creative day. Bye.